Now, apart from these conductors that we have talked about, remember we had mentioned that matter exists in three states, that is solid, liquid, and gases. There are some other substances, the ionic substances, which when molten will conduct electricity. A good example is sodium chloride, another example is lead chloride and lead bromide. Now, how do we carry out the experiment to investigate whether sodium chloride will conduct electricity in its molten state, or lead bromide will do so in molten state? So we are going to draw a simple setup here also to show how we investigate the molten substances and how they will conduct electricity in their molten state. So we are going to draw a simple setup here. Now, this is the simple setup that is used to investigate molten substances. So this is what you do. You're going to put your solid in the crucible. Remember, a crucible is used to heat substances that require strong heating. So in this setup, it means that we require strong heating to melt sodium chloride, to melt lead bromide, and so on and so forth. So you're going to put your solid here. And when you put your solid here, you have to heat it for it to change from solid state to molten or liquid state. So this is our, let's say it's sodium chloride that we want to investigate. So that is where you're going to put the sodium chloride and also heat the sodium chloride. This is a tripod stand. This is a wire gauze. This is a wire gauze. And that is how you set up. So what we will do, we will close the switch here. If a substance in molten state conducts electricity, then the bulb will light. But if a substance will not conduct electricity in molten state, the bulb will not light. The bulb will not light. So that is how we set up the apparatus when you want to investigate. Whether a molten substance conducts electricity or not. Now, in this setup, we've introduced some two rods here. We can call this one rod A, and this one we can call it rod B. Remember, we have a set of batteries here. We have a set of batteries here. Now, remember, the battery is the source of it is the one that allows the electrons to flow. It gives us the completion of the circuit. So A, we have got A and B. We've got A and B. Now, how will we identify these rods A and B? How will we identify the rods A and B? The rod A, the one that is connected to the positive terminal, and we've got another one that is connected to the negative terminal. So the one that is connected to the positive terminal, that is rod A or electrode A, is going to have a positive charge. It is going to have, A will have a positive charge. A will have a positive charge, whereas B will have being connected to the negative terminal, will be negative. It will be negative. Now, the rod that is positively charged, the positively charged rod electrode is referred to as the anode, and the negatively charged electrode is referred to as the cathode. Now, having done the setup or drawn this setup and identified the various rods, the two rods that we have called the anode and the cathode, it is time we reflect and see whether we can answer a few questions on what we have learned today. So we are going to do a few questions here so that we conclude our lesson. So I would like you to define the following terms. The first one, A, conductors. B, non-conductors. The second question, explain why graphite conducts. Electricity. And then number 3, state the particles responsible for electrical conductivity in solids. And finally, draw a setup used to investigate electrical conductivity in molten sodium chloride. Thank you, our viewers, for listening and learning the few concepts on the effect of electric current on substances. We will meet in our next lesson.